Hello curl friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Jody and it's great to have you join me today. So today I am doing a product review that has been requested for some time now, and that is the DesignME products. I was going to try to hold them up, but I'll do that. I'll hold them up. I'll show you what I got. I have these. I got travel sizes because if you don't know, DesignME is a bit pricey, and also I've just been trying to control my overall product stash by not getting full size of a lot of things if I can help it. Just kind of helps keep it from building to an uncontrollable amount, in my opinion. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. We are getting into, like I said, these DesignME products, and I've actually done a wash now, style later routine. So I washed my hair last night, and this is now the following morning. And so I am going to show you clips of the products. Actually, first I'm going to go over the specs of the products, the shampoo and the conditioner, and then I'm going to show you clips of how they worked in the shower. So let's go to that, and then we'll continue on with the styling portion. Here I am just showing how disgusting my hair is. It's been about 5 days and I have a lot of buildup on my hair. So it's definitely time to wash. I hope this shampoo is up to the task. This is the DesignME Curl Shampoo that I'm going to be applying. The full size retails for $28. The travel size I have here retails for $12. This is a curl enhancing shampoo that gently cleanses the hair without stripping it of its natural oils. It is infused with nutrient-rich oils like kukui nut and buriti to strengthen the hair and deeply hydrate, boost shine, and reduce frizz. If you're looking for bouncy, healthy-looking curls, you're in the right place. It claims to be ideal for all types of waves, curls, and coils from 2A to 4C, and it cleanses the hair and scalp to remove dirt and buildup without stripping. It is also sulfate-free, paraben-free, and color-safe. Now, when I went in with this first shampoo, I noticed that while I was getting some lather, it was working well throughout my hair, but I knew with the amount of buildup that I had that I was just going to have to go in with a second cleanse, and that's exactly what I did. I went in with a second cleanse. I did go in with about the same amount. Usually you can go in with less on the second time around, but for whatever reason, I just chose to go in with the same amount, and it worked fine. It worked well throughout my hair. I don't feel like I had too much the second time either, and I got a great cleanse. It wasn't squeaky clean, but it was very clean, if that makes sense. This is the Puff Me Volumizing Whip Treatment. The full size retails for $30 and this travel size retails for $12. It is a lightweight treatment that instantly plumps the strands to reveal thicker, fuller, and more voluminized hair. It is enriched with rosemary and bamboo extracts, and it also strengthens the hair and detangles stubborn knots and leaves the hair feeling silky smooth. The result is soft, fluffy volume with every use. This is also sulfate-free, paraben-free, and color-safe. Okay, so I did use this treatment as a conditioner in place of it, and there are a couple thoughts that I wanted to mention here. The moisture was adequate, I felt like, especially for fine curls, and then my hair was also soft and smooth, but somehow that smoothness did not equate to detangling. I really struggled. Of course, I had 5 days worth of shed hair to work out, so that was probably part of the problem. And then my hair also by day 2 and 3 did feel fuller and thicker, I felt like. So it did live up to some of its claims, but not quite all of it. Okay, so I have the two stylers that I will be using. I had the DesignME Curl Balm, and then I also have the DesignME Curl Spray Gel. These are both from their curl line. So the shampoo was from the curl line as well, and then the conditioner was from the volume line. But I mainly focused on the curl line, especially for the styling products. As far as Washday products, I'm more likely to switch those up if I feel like I need, a lot of times volumizing products or volumizing lines in Washday products are a little bit more clarifying, I have found. So I'm not afraid to use that. I think of the Pantene line, that volumizing shampoo and conditioner, they were phenomenal. I loved them. And they were very cleansing though. The shampoo was very cleansing, the conditioner wasn't. And there's other examples of that as well, but that's just the one that comes to mind first. So anyways, I am going to go over the specs of these products, and then I'll just give you more of my thoughts on these. I will let you know that this is not my first time using these styling products. I've actually experimented with them a decent amount. So we'll get more into that after I've applied the products and I talk a little bit more about them. This is the DesignME Curl Balm. The full size retails for $28 and this travel size retails for $12. Define and enhance your natural curls with non-crunchy buildable hold. Enriched with argan oil, this moisturizing curl cream smooths and fights frizz and boosts shine without weighing your curls down. Say hello to bouncy and defined curls that last. It claims to nourish and moisturize your curls with argan oil, smooths and fights frizz, is non-crunchy, buildable hold, and heat protection. It is also a sulfate-free, paraben-free, and color-safe formula. Alright, so I've skipped ahead a bit and I've sectioned off my hair. I have this giant hair clippy in here. I'm sure it looks ridiculous. I need to get some smaller hair clippies because since my hair's gotten longer, these alligator clips they just don't keep it all in the place that I really want. A lot of it sags out. So I just feel like these claw clips would be a little bit better option, but I don't have any that are a medium size. I'm just trying to explain why it looks so ridiculous here. But anyways, I'm getting ready to brush style now. I am going to talk about the product here in a little bit too, but I also want to mention I've been using my DesignME brush a little bit more recently. I love the bounce curl brush and I have been using that a lot in the past, but since I'm going through a hair shedding spree, and I think it's on the decline now, but I've gone through this hair shedding spree since mid-April. Now, I know you're seeing this at a later date, but at the time I'm filming this is May, and I think it's on a decline, my hair shedding. That was kind of going crazy, but I think it was from some sicknesses and a fever that I had earlier in the year. I'm pretty sure that's the case. So I'm just keeping an eye on it, and I'm using the DesignME brush because I feel like this is just a little less tension, a little bit easier on my hair. And for a while, I wasn't even using a brush, just trying to be very careful about how much tension I was putting on my hair. I was just like raking my hands through and trying a different method. But anyways, now let's talk about the products, what you're here for. This curl balm has a bit of a tact to it. If you didn't see that when I showed you the product and I was also reading about the specs, at least I feel like it has a bit of a tact to it. And sometimes I get that with curl creams, but not often. I've not tried this curl cream by itself. But the first time I tried these products paired together, this cream from this line and the gel, the first time, oh boy, we're stuck there. Okay, the first time I tried these together, I had an issue where my hair it didn't feel moisturized really after I was done. Like, it didn't feel dry on day one, but by day two, it felt dry. And that's not something I usually struggle with too much. It kind of reminded me of the Curl Rhythm line, and I love that line. I love that line, but I know that it's going to leave my hair feeling more dry. So I'm thinking it might be better suited for a more moisturizing time. So we're getting into the summer months, we're getting into some humidity. Like I said, this is May still when I am filming this, so you know, I'm not in the complete heat and humidity. We kind of have some days that come and go. So, ooh, I put that right in my eyeball. Anyways, I've played around with it then, not just using it with this gel. I've put it with, what other product did I put it with? I made some notes here. Okay, so my notes say that the first time I used it, when I paired this curl cream with the gel, I used 2 nickel-sized amounts of the curl cream. I would say this time I just used 1 nickel-sized amount. I felt like that's really all I needed. It does have a slight, I can feel like a slight product on my hair right now as we speak. Not like product buildup, but I can just feel that the cream is there. And therefore, I just didn't want to go in with any more. I just didn't feel like my hair needed any more. Maybe due to the shedding, I have a little less hair density. I feel like that's kind of the case, which is disgusting to say, but it is what it is. And so therefore I maybe needed less product due to that. Now the second time I applied the product, I used the same 2 nickel-sized amounts of the cream, and then I applied it with the Zoto's gel, sorry. And my notes say that the curls stayed hydrated and that they maintained their structure. So I have a feeling the culprit, the dryness feeling, may be more in the DesignME gel than in the curl cream. Gina Marie has talked about this curl cream, really praising it up a lot as far as one of the creams that she really likes. I don't remember too much as far as what she said about this. I do feel like she says a little goes a long way. So me using 2 nickel-sized amounts before, according to my notes, does kind of surprise me, and especially based on what I used today. But like I said, when I was first practicing with these products, it was before my hair shedding had really kicked in. So, and then Gina Marie also does have very fine or low density hair, I guess I should say. So like I said, I'm brushing this through. I'm going to continue this. I'm going to speed through it. But I will say that as I'm brushing this through, I can definitely feel the product on my hair. I don't feel like it's too much, I don't think, at least not at this point. But we're going to keep going, and I will catch back up with you once I have brushed through all of this. And obviously I'm doing some more scrunching. Can you hear that? There's a lot of water in my hair, which is good. I like a lot of water in my hair as I am brush styling. Okay, I'm going to kind of roughly divide my hair in half here. I've already obviously brushed through the cream, and we are going to move on to the gel. So like I said, I have my hair kind of roughly divided in half, and I'm just going to apply this, give you the specs on this product, and then give you my thoughts. I will say this has a pump, but I'm going to spray it into my hand rather than spray it directly onto my hair. So let's begin. This is the DesignME Curl Spray Gel. The full size retails for $28. This travel size retails for $12. This is a multitasking product designed to provide hold, moisture, and retain curl and definition for all curl types. This product helps to guard against flyaways and frizz in humid conditions and is packed with natural performance-driven ingredients to strengthen and protect your curls. Okay, while my hair is up in this wet plot for about 5 to 10 minutes, let's just talk about this gel a little bit more. It has a pretty good spray. I tried to show that on camera, and I forgot for a while to show you the fact that it doesn't have much tack. And so when I'm applying it to my hair, it spreads nicely, but like it just disappears in my hair, and I can't tell if I have enough or not enough, you know what I mean? So I did about, I would say 9 to 10 pumps on each side, and then I flipped upside down and did about another 5 pumps. And that's pretty consistent with what I've done before, according to my notes. And so like I said before, when I was talking about the cream, I also alluded to the fact that I think this gel might be more the culprit for the drying. And when I applied this with a really moisturizing cream, I used the Bounce Curl cream, that rose hip clumping something kind of defining cream. I apologize, I'm terrible with names. But I know it has rose hip in there, or rose something. Anyways, when I applied this with that cream, my notes say that I got similar results as far as my results were defined and voluminous, but I got the fact that they did not feel dried out. So I don't know if it was due to the fact that I applied it with the cream, such a moisturizing cream, or my notes also say that I did it about 3 pumps per section, which I have a hard time picturing just 3 pumps per like half sections, which is how I did it. I think I might have done it like when I'm applying my curl creams in those smaller sections. I think I might have done it then and done 3 pumps per section then. Unfortunately, my notes weren't that clear on that, and I apologize, that's my fault. But as best as I can tell, probably the fact that this was paired with a more moisturizing cream as a base, it didn't leave my hair feeling dried out. Anyways, obviously that's not our case today. We're pairing the two from the same brand, same line. And so I need to diffuse my hair. I'm going to come back and I'll show you my results and give you any thoughts I have at that time. Alright, curl friends, I am back with my hair fully diffused and styled, and let's take a look at these results here. So we will get close up on this side here and the underneath part. Now the other side. And once again, the underneath part. Okay, and then let's also take a look at the back here. Okay, so normally as I give my thoughts on these products, I like to go from Washday order, kind of like starting with the shampoo, conditioner, and then move on to the stylers. This time we're going to do it a little differently. I want to talk about the stylers first, and then I'll circle back to the shampoo and conditioner. As I was thinking about this more, about the amount of cream that I applied, the Curl Balm, I said in my notes that when I had done my test trials, I had done about 2 nickel-sized amounts. And when I did it for you guys, when I put it in my palm, I only did one amount. I said it was nickel sized. I'm thinking it was a little bit bigger than that. I'm thinking it was more quarter sized. And so as I had started out applying it, I was originally thinking I was going to do 2 amounts of that. And so I started applying it here and then moved on to this side. I think I got more product on this side of my hair than I did on my right side of my head. So if I would take like this top section off just to kind of look at it a little bit better, I feel like this is just clumped a little bit more. As I was diffusing my hair, this side just seemed to stay clumped up a little bit more. It seemed to take just a little bit longer to dry as well. I love the curls. I think like they look really good. Even the underside looks very defined, and I have no complaints of this side. This side still is defined in a sense, but it's a little bit more stretched out. It's not as much curl enhanced in my opinion. So that's what's leading me to believe like that I just got 2 different amounts of cream on these sides. So I apologize. It's not a perfect study of this, but that's my opinion. You could tell me if you think like that's might be what happened, because I don't remember this happening before. I don't think my brush styling really was too different. So that's my thoughts on the cream. I do think this is a great cream. I do really enjoy it. Is it worth the price tag of $28 for the full size? This was $12 for this size. I don't know. I mean, that's something that each of us has to make a determination on our own. I mean, what's worth it for you might not be worth it for me, or vice versa. So I think I would possibly repurchase this with if they had a good sale on. So that's my thoughts as of right now. This gel, I am a little bit more torn between, and I think I'm going to have to wait till day 2 to kind of give you some more thoughts on it. I think I'm just to see how it holds up, because I mean, my hair looks nice now. I really do like my curls. I have nothing really to complain about. The first time I did this, I feel like I got a little bit more of a cast according to my notes and just from my memory of it. Now, I did say in my notes that the cast softened up as I went, and by the time I was done drying, it was soft. You know, no cast left in my hair by the time it was fully dry. And I never really got that cast feeling as I was drying. And so my hair was naturally soft then as I finished drying. So I don't know if I got less of it this time. I don't know how, because according to my notes, it seemed like I got the same amount. I'm not sure. And then in my trial, when I mixed it up with the Bounce Curl cream, I didn't have as much of a cast, but that was a more moisturizing cream underneath, I feel like. So I'm just going to have to wait and reserve more judgment for this as I go into tomorrow. As of right now, though, I'm not convinced that I would repurchase this one. Now for the shampoo and the conditioner, let's start with the shampoo first. I've used this plenty of times as well. Each time I worked with these stylers, I use the shampoo, and this is a good cleansing shampoo. It is kind of surprising because it is pearlescent in the look, and so you think of that and you think more moisturizing. And while I don't feel like it dried my hair out, I do feel like it gave a very good cleanse. And I will say, actually I probably already said this in my notes, my hair was very gunky. It needed a good cleanse. So this shampoo came through. It does have quite a few surfactants on here. I could list them all out, but it's going to be kind of difficult because iMovie doesn't allow good text, in my opinion, and I haven't figured out a way around that. So there are quite a few surfactants in here that I am not the greatest at pronouncing. So you can look that up on your own. I would suggest what I did is I copied the ingredients and I put it on the INCI decoder. I believe that's the name of the website, and just, search those ingredients on that, and it popped up what the surfactants were. So that's what I would suggest doing if you're curious. Now for this conditioner, this was actually the first time I used this conditioner. And the reason why I'm coming to this last is because I have put for all my results here, all my trials that I've done in the past using the shampoo, I used a different conditioner, and then the stylers, all my results I put, defined and voluminous curls, and that's what I had. And that's what I feel like I have today. But I do feel like I have just an extra inch or an extra oomph of volume today than I had before. This isn't the most voluminous that's looked. Actually, it's kind of settled a little bit more, but I do feel like I have just a little bit more volume. Like this is sitting pretty good. And this is not even, though this is less defined, I would say. So if I would take this top part off, you can see like the less defined area is sitting a little bit higher than the more defined area. And that's just usually what happens when you have more defined curls. You lose a little bit of that volume. Not always, but most of the time. And so I still feel like I have good volume for the amount of definition that I have. So those are just my thoughts. I do like this conditioner, but is it worth that price tag? I'm not really sure. While I love this shampoo, I have really good shampoos that are cheaper options, so I don't see myself repurchasing this. And while I love this conditioner, I've only played with it once, and I really need to work with it a few more times. Maybe work with it with other products that aren't part of this brand. And so I'll have to get back with you on this. When you see this in the product empties, I'll let you know at that point whether I would repurchase this. But I do really like this, and I'm going to enjoy it, I feel like, until it's empty. Okay, so we are just going to check back then on day 2 just to see how my hair is holding up at that point, and I'll give you any final thoughts, see if anything has changed, and we'll wrap it up then. All right, girlfriends, welcome back to day 2 of using the DesignME products for my hair. And I washed it and styled with this routine. And so let's take a closer look at the curls here. This side's looking pretty good. I feel like, well, let me get into that here in just a little bit. Let's finish looking at this here. This side, though, if you will remember, was the side that I felt like I had less of the cream on. And so it just curled a little bit differently. Okay, so overall, this held up pretty well. Like I was saying earlier when I was showing you the sides, this was the side that I had more of the cream on, and I just like how the curls clumped a little bit better on that. Do I feel like I sacrificed a little bit of the volume that I had on this side? You can't tell now anymore. I feel like I got a frog in my throat. But I feel like the volume is, you know, pretty much the same. If I take some of these pieces out here, they're laying pretty much volumized the same. Does that make sense? This side, though, the curls are just not quite as curly. They're just a little bit more stretched out. Just not my, this is my ideal side. This is what I really like to see. So in the future, I will try to be aware of that when using these products, so that way I can just, you know, not be afraid to use a little bit more of the cream. I do feel like my curls maybe shrunk up just a little bit, but yesterday I was really rough on my hair. I was working in a pretty windy environment for a good portion of the day, and so like I said, I was out in the wind, and then I was also mowing yard, and it wasn't as windy at that point, but I also sweated in this hair. By the time I got done with the end of the day, I felt like my hair had fallen flat. I just felt like it was very kind of weighed down and felt heavy. Now, when I went to sleep on it, I put it up in my bonnet like I usually do, my satin bonnet. And then I woke up this morning and it was voluminous again. It feels more lightweight today. So that happens for me. Does anyone else have that reaction if you wear a satin bonnet? Do you feel like day 2 you kind of wake up with your curls looking better than what they were? I'm not exactly sure. I expect today, if I would leave my hair down, that it would kind of do a similar thing, like as the day wore on, things would start to flatten out a little bit, just maybe with gravity over the course of the day. I think maybe just when I put the bonnet on, it's up over my head a little bit, and it gives my roots a break from the weight of my hair. And so that's what I'm going to say. I don't have any other idea as to why that would be. So if you have any idea, let me know in the comments down below. I'd appreciate that. But anyways, let's get back to these products then, what I think of them. I already gave you a synopsis yesterday. Same thing pretty much stands with this shampoo. I don't feel any differently about that. I mean, it gave me a good cleanse, but for the price, I have other good cleansing shampoos that work just as well in my opinion. Now for this product, this is the one that I used as my conditioner. It's technically a treatment, as they refer to it on their website, but everything about it in the directions, and it acts like a conditioner in my opinion. Do I think it volumized my hair? my hair has decent volume. I will say that for day 1 and day 2, it had decent volume, except for, like I said, at the end of the day after I had done all that outside activity, my hair was kind of hanging down pretty low. Like it did feel weighted down. But for a good portion of the day, my hair felt light and fluffy. So does this do it? I don't know necessarily, because I think with the stylers, I had pretty similar results. But what I do feel like I noticed a difference on with this is I do feel like it has thickened my hair in a sense. I just feel like my hair feels more full than it had the other times that I had used just the shampoo and the stylers. And I told you before that I had gone through a period where I did some pretty intense shedding, and I felt like I could notice a difference in the density of my hair. So I do feel like this has possibly added to the feeling of more dense feeling hair. Now, as far as the stylers go, I still really like the cream. I do think this is a good one. I really like the results that it gave me, especially on the side that I had applied more of it. And then this gel is okay. I do feel like it gives me pretty good hold. I don't know, for some reason I'm not fully committed to it. It just doesn't wow me. I feel like I can get this with several other gels possibly that I have. And this combination, while I like the way it looks, my hair does feel a little bit more dry. And could I have gone in with another conditioner or a deep conditioner? Yes, that might have helped. But then I might not have gotten the volume as well if my hair was more moisturized. So it's kind of like this trade-off. What do you want? Do you want more volume, or do you want more moisture and defined? It's kind of tricky. You kind of gotta balance it. I do feel like my hair is in a pretty good balanced state. I don't feel like it's, you know what, maybe by tomorrow I might have to add a little bit of a leave-in conditioner. We'll see. I'm actually going to be having to pull my hair up today, so it won't be out and about as much, and then that also helps keep it from drying out as much if I have my hair pulled up. Sometimes I just have to spray my ends, but that's a whole nother tangent. So I like the cream. I might possibly repurchase this under a good deal that they might have, the website, but this gel I just don't think I would see myself repurchasing. A couple other things I didn't really touch on yesterday. I touched on my definition and volume, but I didn't touch on the fact that I have good shine, I feel like, and my frizz is minimal. Yesterday it was like hardly any frizz, which I did get more frizz the first time I tried those two stylers together, so maybe it was just in my application. Today I do have a little bit more frizz, especially in, I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up, but some of these ends I was pretty harsh on, so they kind of lost a little definition. But otherwise, like, I really don't have too much frizz. It's very minimal, it's very minimal, and it's not bothering me whatsoever. So I do think it is good at controlling the frizz. But one more thing that I didn't discuss on these products was the scent. They are pretty heavily scented in my opinion. This yellow line, the curl line, or what they call the Bounce Me line, it smells like, I feel sorry saying this, or I feel bad saying this, but it kind of smells like old lady perfume. I really don't like the scent, and it hits you pretty strong, and it lasts a fairly long time in my opinion. I noticed the scent, like I said, I did a wash now, style later. I noticed the scent that evening that I washed, and then I still noticed it the following day. Now with the stylers, I did notice it throughout the day yesterday, but it kind of went away the further I got, like in the evening. Now the Puff Me line, this one's still perfumed. To me, it's not as strong, but it's much more pleasant. Yeah, I could stand smelling this one all the time, but the other scent, the yellow line, just overwhelmed this Puff Me product scent. So that's just something to consider. If you're sensitive to scents, this might be a line that you might want to avoid. But overall, let me know what you thought of this in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. Are you interested in trying out this brand, or have you already? Let us know your thoughts. It's always helpful to hear if you have any experience with these. So until I see you again next week, have a great day. Bye.